welcome to number 17 of my Corona Diaries. Now, today's, I said yesterday I was going to maybe bring along another word and sort of turn it into another way of spelling the same word like I did yesterday. I'm not, but I will come back to that. What I want to show you today is something that I've been looking at all day. So I've done a lot of reading, okay? And I've been reading specifically these, which granted is not your typical reading material, but here's the interesting thing, okay? If you read the back of these, where it's got all the nutritional information, they appear to be similarly sized, yeah? I think you'll agree. And if I read the back, it tells me a lot of, I'm looking at sort of this sort of stuff, the nutritional information, and specifically the calories is what I'm looking at the moment, right? So they're very similar in numbers. Per 100 gram of egg, this one has 524 calories, that's the Smarties one, whilst this one has 534. Right, so there's 10 calories in it, right? It's nothing. But here's the bit that got my attention while I was reading my way through this. In this egg, bear in mind they're both made by Nestle and they're very similar in terms of calorie content. This bit up here I want to draw your attention to, where it says that one serving is 1/8 of the egg. Okay, and it says share or save your egg so that people don't just eat it all because they're greedy pigs, which I would obviously never do. So 1/8 of an egg. Now we know they're not big eggs, right? So 1/8 would be splitting the egg in half and then taking a quarter. I mean, that's nothing, is it? That's a mouthful. Anyway, that's one serving, 1/8. Remember that it's a quarter, yeah. Kit Kat. Now ignore the bit about the Kit Kat chunky that's inside. That's separate. What's it say there? 1/5 is one portion. Right? Even though the picture shows it being broken into sixths, that's confusing. But 1/5 of the thing is a portion. So for a Kit Kat, I can. It's a fiddly one, isn't it? But I can essentially have just a little bit less than half of one egg, whereas this one, much less. Much less. Now, how do you figure that? Calories-wise, they're both the same. Well, as I said, they're per 100 gram, they're not too dissimilar. 10 calories in it. But a portion of this gives me a lot more chocolate than a portion of this. So I know which one of those I'll be eating first. It just doesn't make any sense. But it got me thinking, if that information is confusing or is contradictory or is in any way doesn't make sense, I thought, what else in my flat, if I was to read it, would give me some surprising information? So I've been reading everything today. And here's something interesting. Okay, this is my Glade soft cotton air freshener, and if you've got one of these at home, you can read the information on the back like I've done today. It's fascinating would be a strong word to use, wouldn't it? But it's interesting for the purpose of this because Glade, their business is based around making things smell nice. Their business essentially relies in the same way that a dentist relies on you not brushing your teeth, yeah, to keep them in business. Glade rely on your house not smelling nice. Yet, or not naturally smelling nice, I should say, because obviously their product makes it smell nice. Yet, on the back of their soft cotton and presumably all the others, it warns you that air fresheners do not replace good hygiene practices. Now, I can only assume at some point in the past that's become an issue that they now have to point out that you should also keep your house clean, because just spraying Glade air freshener is not enough. Just let that sink in. This is the world we're living in, ladies and gents. That in all the warnings, because it comes under the warning section. Let's see, where is it? Where does it start? It says there's air, right? Air is there. Air fresheners do not replace good hygiene practices. How scary a world that people actually think, spray a bit of that, that's my cleaning done for the week. So, yeah. So I've spent a lot of today reading everything, and I've established that I do need to still clean the house, which is good, because that's become a daily thing. As long as this carries on with this isolation, I've got nothing to worry about in that regard. But also, Nestle, you hypocrites, they need to get themselves sorted and decide whether that or that is the way they want to go forward. What's a portion, Nestle? What's a portion? I mean, it matters not to me, because chances are I'll eat the whole thing anyway. But, you know, people might be interested. Anyway, I will leave you with that thought. You can go and have a look at your Easter eggs, and you can have a look at all the different bottles and boxes and cans and whatnot in your cupboards, and see what is on there that you didn't know before. Happy hunting. You are very welcome, and I will speak at you tomorrow. Yahtzee will see wa.